Also offiziell 1,73, aber eigentlich 1,70.
And if we look here, that would put him under 5'8". What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. The controversy never ends, and this time the man in question is Mike Sommerfeld. You all know Mike Sommerfeld and how, he's the favorite to win Classic Physique and like this. Everyone's like, how the hell does he make his weight cap and stuff like that? He looks so big. He doesn't even look like he's in Classic Physique. He should be in 212 bodybuilding because he's just so massive. Well, there might be an explanation to why he is so massive that we're going to be diving into this video, because in order for Mike, when he was on stage at the 2024 Olympia or whatever, he weighed in at 212 pounds. Now, in order to weigh 212 pounds, you need to be up to and including 5'10", and that will allow you to weigh 212 pounds. So anywhere from like 5'9.1 and above up to 5'10", you're allowed to weigh 212 pounds. And for the longest time now, I feel like a lot of people have been speculating and saying, how the hell does Mike Sommerfeld make his weight cap? Because he just looks so big on stage. Like, people were comparing him, and I was as well, to Keon Pearson, because he doesn't look like he should be able to weigh that much at his height because he's so big. But if you look at Mike Sommerfeld, he doesn't really look like he's 5'9". He very much so looks like he's shorter, and that's because he ain't 5'9", or above 5'9", to actually weigh 212 pounds, which is what he weighed in at the 2024 Olympia. And we actually have, I don't know why this stuff is all coming out now, but it is, but we have video evidence of him saying his height.
Let's hear how tall he is himself.
Was darf ich denn wiegen in der Classic? 88 Kilo oder so, gell? Also offiziell 1,73, aber eigentlich 1,70.
Okay. He literally says, officially, I'm heighted in 173 centimeters tall, but I'm actually only 170.
So let's say Mike Sommerfeld actually heighted in, let's say, okay, whatever, 170 centimeters his actual height, but then when he heights in, for whatever reason, 173 centimeters, how much would he be allowed to weigh? Okay, so you heard it from him there. Okay, he's 170, that's his actual height, but when he weighs in, or when he heights in or whatever, he is 170.3. Where would that put him under? Well, that, my friends, would put him in the up to and including 5'9", which means he is only allowed to weigh 204 pounds. And this was further, backed up by a video of them actually heighting in Mike, where he heights in under 5'9".
Video evidence proof that he is not above 5'9". This is Mike at the 2024 weigh-ins, where he weighed in at 212 pounds and they measured him at 5'9.25". Now, I'm guessing you probably did not see what just happened, so I will slow it down for you. Very, very easy to miss, but when you take a look closer, it becomes obvious. They put it down onto his head. Then they readjust. Then they readjust again and make sure that he's above 5'9".
5'9.25". Did you catch it? Right at that moment, they actually pressed it down and it went under 5'9". So he's not actually 5'9". So he is, by definition, not allowed to weigh 212 pounds. Now, you're probably like writing in the Mike Sommerfeld's comment section, what a cheater, this and that. And it is possible, I'm not ruling this out, it is possible that he, organized something or something happened, because when you think about it, why would he, if he knows his actual height, should he not come prepared to weigh as much as his corresponding height? Why would he come in weighing 212 pounds if he knew he was not actually going to get heighted in at, 5'9" and a quarter or whatever? He must have known that. So that is possible that he could have known some background information that they were gonna height him in at that amount. But in the end, before you, like I said, you go type in his comment section or whatever, how dare you, it's on the Olympia. It's the Olympia's job to height in their athletes effectively and make sure no one is cheating like that or anything. Because let's be honest, every athlete is trying to add, they're doing the inversion tables and stuff like that to try and add height to get the ever so slightest little bit more of an advantage, so they can weigh, like in Mike Sommerfeld's case, an extra 8 pounds on stage. And that extra 8 pounds is why he looks so massive on stage. So honestly, I think this is really, really bad. It's a bad look on the Olympia, because Mike Sommerfeld should not have been as good as he was. Even at the 2024 Olympia, he should not have been allowed to compete. He shouldn't have been. You saw it right there. When they heighted him in, when they actually pushed it down all the way, and he's got his hair up and stuff like that. You got longer hair, spiky hair, and then they only put it down to your hair versus actually pressing all the way down, can give you a couple extra inches. Not only that, but when they press down on the machine or whatever, so you have the little knob that tells you the height right here. If you bend it like this, it's gonna height you in taller than you actually are. And do you know what? Now, everyone is centering this on Mike because he's the man in question who it looks like has taken, advantage of this or whatever because of how big he looks on stage. But this could have been happening to other people too. We just don't know. But, everyone's centering on Mike Sommerfeld because he almost dethroned Chris Bumstead last year. And, looking at this, he shouldn't have been able to, because he's not actually above 5'9", so he's not allowed to weigh 212 pounds. Now, the Olympia has, leaks have come out and stuff that they're re-heighting in everyone again at the 2025 Olympia, so I don't know what's going to happen. Mike Sommerfeld, although on paper he is the favorite to win if he competes again, in my opinion, he literally shouldn't be allowed to compete. There's no way in my mind he should be allowed to compete at 212 pounds. Again, now, maybe Mike did some things and he knew that he was going to be heighted in above 5'9", so he can get that be 212 pounds on stage. But again, in the end, this is on the Olympia. This is completely their fault, and this is ridiculous. You can't have athletes cheating. Just think about, let's say Ramon Dino or whatever, or Urs. Maybe Urs should have got second place last year, but because they heighted in Mike taller than he actually is, he had an additional 8 pounds and beat them. So this shit is really damn shady, and I'm going to the Olympia this year, so this is crazy. Is Mike Sommerfeld going to be allowed to compete in classic physique? If he is, he should not be allowed to weigh 212 pounds, man. That is simply not fair. And in that video of him, he literally said, I'm actually 170 centimeters. And if we look here, that would put him under 5'8", around the 170. Okay, maybe he's 170.5. So he may not even be allowed to weigh 200 pounds if that's his actual height. So lots of stuff happening right now. Very curious to see what the Olympia is going to do about this. Let me know your guys' thoughts on this in the comments down below. Personally, for me, I think this is all the Olympia's fault. This is, you know, even if there's no way to prove that Mike had some inside knowledge knowing that he would have been heighted in that tall. But hey, there won't be any proof about that. So really, it is on the Olympia here. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. But if you have enjoyed, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you're new here, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.